All right, check this out. Here are some ways you can mitigate the damage from drinking alcohol. I know New Year's Eve is coming up here. So here's some stuff you can do to help yourself out. Number one, stay hydrated. That includes water and electrolytes. Number two, make sure you eat some food, especially proteins and fats. It helps slow down the absorption of alcohol, so you're less likely to get too drunk or too tipsy. And the last one is don't drink too late. People tend to feel worse when they drink, and they also lose a lot of sleep. By the way, there are products out there that promise to help with, some of the negative effects of alcohol. None of them have really been proven. There is one called Zbiotics. This is one of our partners. We work with them, and this is a product that actually helps break down some of the negative byproducts of alcohol. But if you are going to drink, which is totally fine, if you take those steps, you should feel a lot better than if you didn't. So try to take care of yourself during this New Year season.
Didn't I hear somebody criticizing you because your podcast promotes drinking alcohol?
It's so funny. We don't promote.
Because we're Puritans.
Yeah.
We only do fit things.
You know what? When you communicate like long-term forever health and fitness, you want to include things that like alcohol, like eating pizza, not working out sometimes, because that's reality.
Yeah.
And if you want to develop this like lifelong relationship and this balance, because there are some benefits to drinking alcohol. No, I'm not talking about the studies that show that maybe you live longer.
Not the antioxidant ones.
No. Yeah, that's all.
I'm not using that angle.
Don't bank on those.
But I mean, if you're hanging out with people and you're connecting and you're having fun, like, is there value in having the occasional night where you're having a lot of fun with your friends, so long as it doesn't go too far or whatever? Yeah, absolutely. There's health benefits to that. Even if there are no longevity benefits to it, there are benefits in the moment. I've had some really good times doing it that way. There's always balance, of course. And then again, you can mitigate some of those negative effects if you do it smart. Like if you drink a lot of alcohol and you're not drinking enough water, or you're not having enough, your electrolytes are off, or you're on an empty stomach, or you start drinking so late that you end up going to bed at 4 a.m., like, it's going to be a lot worse for you, is my point. And there are things you can do to mitigate. And I think if you plan it out properly, you have fun, you end up with some, less of the negative, kind of effect.
Yeah, if you can be responsible with it, then, it's a great thing to have as a celebration. Like, especially at New Year's Eve, like, I mean, come on. Like, it's just one of those things that I think as the fitness community, it's just kind of funny because they're always looking for like staying on this really rigid path. And I get that for some people, it's like all they can think about is like, I just have to stay on track. I have to stay on track. But, life has so many variables in it. If you're not allowing for any flexibility, like there's more than likely when you go off the track, it's going to be a really big leap off.
By the way, there's nothing necessarily wrong with being on a path where you have no alcohol, so long as it's not a dysfunctional, stressful relationship with it, right? Like, and this is typically people who have a religious practice where they avoid alcohol. And they usually don't have an issue with it, Where it can become a problem is you got the bodybuilder who is rigid like that with everything. And so they don't hang out with people. They don't, develop relationships. They avoid parties because I got to make the gains. That's actually not good for your health either. In fact, they show that bad relationships are as bad as smoking cigarettes. So we're not advocating for doing these things. But if you do, there is a way you could do it where it's a healthy relationship, and there's definitely a way you can do it where there's an unhealthy relationship.
What do you think the percentage of fitness influencers stress about that? Like that they've put themselves like in a light that, they eat so clean, they're always ripped year round, they never miss workouts, and that's what they present on their Instagram all the time. And how much stress do you think is caused by not sharing, either one, lying that that's something that you don't really do, or not saying it, or you are doing it and just not talking about it? Like, what percentage do you think of them live that kind of a life?
Well, I'll say this, this.
There's a lot of them out there, that's for sure.
Well, both you guys know this as well as I do. A lot of these quote unquote fitness people who are like body obsessed, they don't They may not drink because of the calories, but they do drugs because there's no calories in the drugs, and they will choose. I mean, you laugh, but that's true.
I know. No, I know these.
I mean, how many
people.
times exactly?
Yeah.
Like, no, I don't want to drink because it's got the alcohol.
Ooh,
and
gross.
sugar.
No, give me that cocaine.
Yeah, but I'll do these other drugs because there's 0 calories.
That
in
always
them.
leans me out so good.
Yeah.
I can run a mile.
Yeah, but no, I mean, my point is that it's like there's a healthy and an unhealthy relationship with stuff, and it could be anything.